Funny enough, they included a horn button, even though it's for a Sim-Rig, which is pretty hilarious. So, comes with an air freshener, wheel, pretty sure that's the guarantee. Like I said, horn, supplies, a button, which is dope, and I want to compare it to a standard NRG wheel that I had on my old car and on my old G920. So here's my old wheel. Old wooden wheel, pretty damn heavy. So the reason why I went with the NRG Sim wheel is because when I first got my G923, I put this wheel on it and it did not feel good. It sucked. It really did suck. But comparing that to this is crazy. This thing is so light. Supposedly it's only a gram heavier than the standard G923 wheel itself. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna go ahead and take apart the G923, and you guys will see briefly how I do that. And I'll attach this guy to it and we'll give it a shot. So here we are, sitting on the floor next to my rig. It's a G923. This is the old hood, like this thing, from my G920, full with adapters, some screws, screwdrivers, Allen wrenches, just as stuff you're gonna need. So the first thing we're gonna do is, I'm not gonna power on the rig for obvious reasons, but there's little screws that you can't really see too well, but they're in like right here, and there's another one behind this paddle and here. I think there's 8 of them total that need to come out, and you need a really fine screwdriver to get it. So I'm going to take those off, and I'm also going to take off this cap on the wheel because there's other things we need to get to. So I'll catch back up with you once those things are off. So now that the screws are taken out, there are these really small little things right there. You can hardly see, sorry for the bad quality, just doing this quickly, but there's some really tiny screws. They're all out. The little cap is off the front of this. Kind of have to fight with it just a little bit. It will come off, but you just gotta fight with it. So I'll catch up with you once I pull this wheel off. So that comes off. Next thing you're gonna do is unplug the harness to it. Real simple, just be gentle on everything. Can't stress that enough. So once that little harness is unplugged, you have to go and remove the circuit board, but you have to be very careful that you don't drop all the buttons out. I mean, you can drop them out, they obviously go in one specific spot, but you just don't want to lose anything. So to remove all that, well, the main goal is getting this button stuff off of the wheel. So there's all these little silver screws that have a little circle around them. They all have to come out, and then this will be removed. So as you can see, I removed those screws. I'm just going to flip this back, and you have to remove those 2 Phillips heads. So once you remove those screws, you have to remove this little guy here and this little guy on this side. Those are like their, if we're talking PlayStation, that's your start and select buttons. You have to remove those because those go straight through the wheel. So we're just gonna unscrew that real fast and get to putting all this together. So now that those 2 screws are out, we're going to take the circuit board, flip it back over, screw everything back in. And don't forget to put the start and select buttons back in. So once you put all your screws back, or one here, one here, one here, one there, one there, one there, one there. You just want to do it pretty much finger tight. You don't want to break the board. You break the board, you are in big trouble. Especially trying to find one for a G920 or a G923. Yeah, don't break it. So once it's good to go, you want to flip it over and check all your buttons. Make sure everything presses right and freely. Nothing's binded up. See, everything is looking good. You have your paddles. If you were doing the handbrake mod, you would be on the inside of this board, and there's like two little prongs right there that you would solder into and run your wire out. But yeah, look, even me, I made a little mistake. I didn't check my button, so my enter button is pointing down. I really don't care. Kind of makes sense. So alright, now what we're going to do is attach this guy back to the steering base. So all you got to do is just plug the harness in, pop it in, attach all the screws in the back. Alright, so that guy just pops in. Put all the screws that you took out from the beginning back in, and next you're going to get your adapter. Most adapters will say they're a top and bottom, so you're going to put that exactly how the wheel lines up. It's going to sit in a groove. Hopefully yours does, because if not, probably won't recommend it. You want this thing to be aligned and sturdy as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this guy, and it should come with screws already. And the screws you're going to be using, if it doesn't come with new screws, is the screws that you had from your regular wheel will go right into this guy. So the 6 bolts that were on that cap go right into here. So now that everything's attached nice and securely, I'm gonna open up my box. So this is my old wheel, solid wood. Had this thing like 5 years. It's actually the same exact wheel that Slaptrain uses on his old rig. Somehow we purchased the same wheel around the same time. I had a purple Volvo that you see in my intros and outros. That's why I got it, because it matched the car. But now I'm gonna open up this guy. Sorry about the cord. Video is extremely ghetto, but fun. So open this guy up. You guys get to see me open it up. Oh wow. Dude, this thing is crazy light. I love the grip. It's actually like really thick on the hand, especially compared to the actual NRG wheel. But this thing feels really good, and I'm not gonna need the little spacer. It's not going in the car, but we do have the little button. Would be cool to like set up the horn, maybe somehow like attach it to I don't know, attach it to the Xbox button. That would be super cool. Maybe a little project for the future. But yeah, and look, this one does come with hardware, so we're gonna see what fits better. Hopefully I'll be able to use this hardware and not my really old Allen bolts, because this fits the same thread pitch that's on the adapter. That's gonna be sick. So we're just gonna go ahead and attach the wheel. It's the same thread pitch, so that's gonna be sick. Love the spoke design that sticks out like this, because I can still legit hit my buttons if need be. Like everything is still like spaced out perfectly, which is sick. The only ones is like the start and select, but I'm on PC, So that's what my keyboard is for, I guess. So first impressions, holy shit. Cough up the $100 if you're in Europe or whatever. I think it's like $1.50 because of shipping. Do it. Holy shit, do it. This thing feels like what you want the Logitech wheel to feel like. It's thick. It has finger grooves along the entire backside, so as it's spinning, you always got a firm grip. Yeah. Get it. Just get it. I'll put a link in the description for like an eBay link. Yeah. And these adapters, if you're gonna get a 3D printed one, make sure the fill for the 3D adapter is like 70, so it doesn't snap and break on you. I've had this thing for like 5 years, but NRG does sell an adapter here in the US. I think it's like 30 or 40 bucks. Europe, I'm guessing it's going to be 60 or 70 because of shipping. So you probably want to do like a bundle deal and save yourself on some of the shipping costs of getting the wheel and the adapter. But yeah, I'm going to try to record a video here in a few. Don't mind my little dog. And yeah, and show you how this wheel performs, because this thing is sick.